Alright, let's try this again. I keep getting off tracks. And restarting. Yes, I know that's not how you exit the pits, but it's faster. As much fun as Spa is to race, it is not fun to hot lap, in my opinion. So hopefully I get this time. This is my 4th attempt. Oops. I'm using my Q2 set, which I will post to the Discord, along with a race set to go along with it. And the delta on screen is my best lap, which is an 18.1 or an 18.2. I probably had something else to say, but I've done this so many times I've forgotten it. So hopefully I actually put in a clean lap this time. I will try to hopefully do this like if I was actually qualifying, and put in at least put in a safe first lap before pushing on a second lap. But we will see. Alright, so coming down to the chicane, the start finish is not right here. We're doing the layout with the start finish after the next corner. I'm braking at the 150 here, maybe a little after. Into first. On your first qualifying lap, maybe it makes sense to go wide and carry more speed down the hill, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Turning in early, downshifting into fourth. No brakes, just downshifting down the hill and then back on throttle once you get turned to the right. I did that very slow, but I did it safely. Using the curb on the left there is my point of reference for braking, maybe a car length or two before. And then curb on the left as my reference again in there. Braking for in a straight line in that corner, because the car wants to slide if you give it any wheel input. Under brakes there down the hill. Same here. A little after the curb is where I'm looking. That is as far as you can go before you get a 1X. And then again here, curve on the left. Into second. I'm going to stay a little bit to the right out of this corner to open up the entry into the left-hander. Looking for the curb on the left. Use this entire curb into third, full lift to push the weight forward onto the fronts. Get your rotation and back on the throttle. All the way from the right to the left, back to the right here, use the whole track. Stab of the brakes at that dirt on the track, basically. Into fourth, and then white line is where I'm looking at for braking into the chicane. And then just past the 150. Get pointed down the hill and then on the throttle. It's a slow lap, but it's finally a clean lap. See if I can go a little bit quicker this lap.
That last lap was at 2:19.
Didn't turn in early enough.
1.2 off your best.
Won't be as slow as last lap, but we'll still be slow through there. I'll do that. I'll go through Eau Rouge again after this lap and hopefully do that a little bit better. So braking here into second, using that curb, rolling through, a little bit of throttle, getting to the left, and then as soon as I get pointed right, onto the throttle. And yeah, here, brake straight line, and then start coming off the brakes, get the rotation. Careful on the brakes on that curb on the right. Too much brake on that curb and the rears want to slide out. Braking just after that curb. Rolling through here, a little bit of throttle. Once the car gets turned, then back on the throttle. Into second. Staying a little to the right to open this up.
You've got 1 gallon left.
Could have gotten on the throttle a little earlier there. That corner exit's very important to carry speed down the straight. Stab with the brakes into fourth. That's about as much curb as you can use. Just after the white line on the brakes into first. Tiny bit of throttle in the middle of the chicane. Too much, and you start sliding the rears, and then you have to wait forever to get on throttle out of the chicane, because then car's unsettled and you just won't have any grip.
Half a gallon of fuel remaining.
Lap's not too bad. See if I can hit this right this time. Turn in early into fourth. Get to the right, then on the throttle. You can use about that much curb on the left and right. Still not quite the fastest, but only losing half a tenth by the end of the straight compared to my best lap. Yeah, I think that's all I got for this week. Break points, a lot of them I'm just looking at curbs. Oh, well, this is wrong lap, but a lot of them I'm just looking at the curb on the left, braking, I guess more than a car like there too. You kind of just have to do a couple laps, get a feel for how far from the curb you should be. I kind of skipped over talking about this little section right here while I was driving. I'm not tracking all the way out to the right because you need to make sure you can open up this right-hander. It's just a kind of a stab of the brakes, get turned. Once I'm just rolling here, no inputs because I know my car hasn't rotated enough. And then I'm on the throttle once the car gets enough rotation. And here, yeah, I'm braking in a straight line. If this corner were like no elevation change, flat, I'm usually this type of corner, I'm heading towards the apex already. I'm taking a shallower entry, but because of the downhill, if I started doing that, I would just start sliding. So I'm braking straight and then turning in. And yeah, this curb right here, very dangerous. If you get tires on that green, your car is going sideways. This curb down here is also, you get your tire fully on this curb and you brake and your car is going to want to go sideways. Anything else? Down here I'm using like this part of the curbing. Whoops. The start of the like brown like mesh, whatever that is, curbing on the left as my brake point. And then, yeah, so what I was trying to say as I was driving I'd fully lift to let the weight shift back forward, give myself some front grip, so that way once I get turned in, then I can get fully on the throttle and carry as much speed as I can onto the straight. And I'm talking about this dirt patch. I don't really look at the dirt patch anymore. It's good while hot lapping, but it's just kind of a feel for where you need to stab the brakes before turning in. Because it's not flat, unfortunately. Yeah. Good luck this week.